Before we talk about Group C and everything that is happening, let's talk about Group D because it was the one that was played earlier on, where we watched Netherlands playing against Australia as well as France playing against Poland. So hello guys, welcome back to another video. This is the Football Connect. If you're joining us for the first time, do me a favor, click the like button, subscribe to the Connect. I'm going to talk about the last games and how the group stages went on and how the teams that are going forward, exactly what are they expecting in Group D. As we watched, this is a surprise. Austria are actually the team that is topping the group, which had the Netherlands and France as well as Poland in the group. They are topping, and it's all because of Ralf Ragnick. The fact that United let this guy go, the one that so many people, you could hear the likes of Klopp and most of the football gurus talking about him being the main man who understands football and he can take football to another level. And United saw that, okay, with Eric Ten Hag, we got our God and we don't care about what's going to be happening. And now we are here talking about the group stages. We're here talking about the round of 16. We're here talking about them topping the group. But anyway, before we go anywhere far onto that, let's talk about how they actually approached their game when they were playing against the Netherlands. So this was an interesting group because Austria won 2 games, as well as France won 1 game, as well as Netherlands won 1 game. Poland are the only team that most of the teams took points from. They lost 2 games, which is the France game as well as the Netherlands. And to my surprise, I think they actually drew. No, yeah, I think they actually drew or something like that. No, they were lost in the Austria game and the Netherlands game. They drew with France, which the Poland, which is the only draw that they had in the competition. So the way Group D has shaped up, it is out of surprise. I think everyone who had predicted that said France was going to be top, Netherlands 2, as well as Austria number 3 as we go down, or even Austria number 4. I don't really know how you're looking at if you're predicting. But the way the group has now set it up and the way that we now know that Austria on the other side, alongside the England of the knockout stages, and France have to face the likes of Spain, or either it's going to be the Germany or those. I'm talking about the big hitters, the teams that are going to be demanding in the tournament are the teams that are going to be facing this team as we go forward. But the funny part is this: the fact that this group has been played 3 games, and France's first goal was a penalty kick that France got against Poland today. Was their first goal, the first game they won through a player who scored themselves, as well as the second game, and that was the only win. The second game that they drew, another player scored himself an own goal and they went to score, which was Netherlands. They scored themselves and they went to score and it ended in a draw. And now we are here talking about them scoring their first game after I don't know how many minutes were played. Of course, the second game was a bit different because Kylian Mbappe broke his nose and stuff like that, so he had to miss out one of the games, and today had to play with a mask, which was a little bit weird. But we get into that. The France fans had some weird Ninja Turtles mask just to play around because they say Kylian Mbappe looks like a Ninja Turtle. But this is an interesting group which was full of surprises, and I haven't been impressed by France. But that is it with France. It's never about how they do it in the group stages. It's how they always steps up when it comes to the stages where they need to step up. Remember, Kylian Mbappe was talking about he has won almost everything, and this is the only thing that will fulfill him, and you will say that he has actually achieved everything if you win this game. But you win this tournament, but it's not gonna be easy, especially with the way they're playing. They could not survive against Austria. They were beaten by Netherlands, but the Premier League referees denied the goal, which was supposed to be a goal, and now they're here on top, actually number 2. And we come to the Netherlands, who actually played so well in the first 2 games, beating Poland as well as drawing with France, which they should have won, by the way, and they could have actually led the group. And as well as the last thing I think which is very, very important was this: they lost. The reason why I'm saying it's very important because I think I love my player. I really, really respect my captain Virgil van Dijk, and I felt in some of the points, in some of the moments in this game, his positioning was questionable. I don't know, is it because of the system or what? Because it felt like in today's game, because I was really watching that game because it was the interesting game. They were only reacting to what Austria does to them. If Austria goes, they have to come back. Cody Gakpo, by the way, with an amazing goal. He has now scored 2 goals in the tournament. One of the best players, and I think is one of the best rated players in the Euro 2024 at the moment. And he scored an amazing goal, reacting to the own goal that they scored themselves. Daniel Omale, I think, he scored himself. And the game continued. You would think that, okay, they'll get into the game. Second half, early in the game, Gakpo scores. And you think, okay, I think it's time for them to take over the position and actually do something meaningful. Then, out of my surprise, you find that the positioning as well. I don't know what was happening today. The position of the second goal was questionable. What were the defense of Netherlands doing? And they fought themselves into the game. Memphis Depay scored a nice goal, actually by a pass from Vegas. And I'm like, okay, they can now start to control the game. Then Virgil van Dijk actually keeps the team on side of Austria in a game. By the way, after scoring this side, they literally went to the other side in some few minutes and they scored. And somehow everyone was just left shocked. They did not even understand what led to that goal and what exactly was happening. And I just felt, looking at that game and watching it, everything that was happening, there are a lot of things which needs to be worked on when it comes to this Netherlands team. It feels like they are failing in some of the position. Aki is one of the best defenders. Virgil van Dijk, one of the best defenders. They have somebody like Van der Beek. They also have some of the best players from Teno, one of the players who's actually needed in the transfers, but somehow they cannot do well in defense. Denzel Dumfries is also one of the players, as well as the midfield. I feel like as much as they are doing so much today, we saw Gini Ronaldo, who was playing so well, but it feels like they are not helping their team in terms of defending, as well as players like Memphis Depay. I just feel, and this is me, hate me or love me on this, I just feel like he's old. They just have to find a replacement for him, because I feel so many times he is a problem rather than being a solution for this team. Players like, for example, Cody Gakpo, the way they were performing, the way they were doing in this tournament, especially in the games that they've played, they should have been actually rated even way more than what they're doing. But it's crazy what I'm seeing and what we are being left with every single time. We are asking ourselves so many questions. Exactly where are these guys going to be going next? Because they are failing to actually do more. Let's talk about France. By the way, very, very important. Congratulations to N'Golo Kante coming into this tournament after you're coming from a Saudi League Pro League, coming and running the show, being one of the best to give in man of the match so many times because of your performance with France. That just tells me, according to me, and this is according to me, that just tells me how much this guy is so influential in what he's doing. That just tells me how much this guy is really needed. He's the still that they needed in the midfield. Of course, they have the Kamavinga, they have the Tchouameni, but they need N'Golo Kante for them to be the France that we're used to. They need N'Golo Kante to do better. Even though the strike force in terms of creation, France have not done well. The strike force are not finishing the chances. But you can see that the midfield discipline, that defensive discipline could be one of the things that actually lead them to actually winning this tournament. Because we always talk about, if you are disciplined when it comes to defense, you always win. Because if you don't score, you always find ways to win games. And that's what has been happening with this France. I think when we look at this group, I think we can say that they actually have been scored, I think, 1 goal or even less, because they are just that good. They are controlling everything, they are protecting themselves, and they are fighting to the very end. And like I said, they actually got their first goal today. That tells you everything you need to know about the team. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Where are you watching me from, and what do you think of Group D, and what are you expecting as we move on to Group C? Because we have a lot of things to talk about. It's coming home. I'm out. Click the like button and subscribe to Connect. We out. Peace.